Welcome. This is Plays Diecast Racing at Thunder Mountain Raceway for the Ace High tournament. We're back here for Group 2, and you'll notice a little bit different this week due to the inability of the host to count, plus an extra entry showing up in the mail. We'll find a very large Group 2. But before we get to the competitors, let's just have a look at the rules. Random groups, very random. Battles decided by card draw, 2 laps head to head. Fastest time or most wins will get you through. The winners will take on the winners of the previous group. The losers will take on the losers of the previous group. This is only a seeding event. It's not over. It's not the main event. Just the other thing worth noting, there has been a scratching from the series, from the Plays Diecast stable, due to a mechanical failure and inability of time to actually repair it and get it ready for the racing. So first up tonight we have AJ representing AJ Racing. He'll be taking on Laser Wolf representing Grumpy Cloud Racing. So as we go to the top of the mountain, we have Laser Wolf on the inside lane and AJ on the outside. Laser Wolf over the jump, AJ rounds him up, overtakes him through turn 2, through the kink, and he's on his roof. Opens the door for Laser Wolf and he picks his line, goes high, has a clear run all the way to the finish in a very respectable time too by the looks of it. 6.5, a 1 victory up his sleeve. Laser Wolf in pole position to take this battle out. AJ lining up on the inside. He's going to need to do something special on this lap. He's over the jump, spins it around in the orange track section. Laser Wolf is off. He's made it through the kink, down the back hill, through the last corner, and he's powering all the way to the line. He wants that lap record. Oh, and he's just come up short. That's 6.289. That's a very fast car. So onwards to Battle 2. Okay, in this round we have a Wally champ driving for NJ Drive Racing. And he'll be battling Max Havoc from Chaos Canyon. We're up to the top of the mountain at the start gate again, and we've got that beautifully prepared Datsun wagon sitting on the inside lane with the Wally champ outside Max Havoc, and he'll be here to cause maximum havoc. Wally's over the jump alright. Max Havoc rounds him up around the outside through the kink. As he comes through the banking, sliding all the way up to the wall, down the last back straight, onto the home straight, and picks up an easy victory. And he's done that in about 6.7 seconds. Very good. Very, very good. And he's 1 victory up, starting on the inside lane. It's all to do for Wally champ from this stage on. So Max Havoc's gone over on his side on his roof, and he's landed. He's still in the lead. Could you believe that? He's through the king, sliding the opposite way, down the home, back straight, through the last corner, and over the line to take the victory, to advance to the next stage, the winners group. Look at this, over the jump, he's got it wrong, he's on his roof, Wally's knocked him back onto his wheels. He's held his lead going through turn 2. Unbelievable stuff. That's maximum havoc there, and a very respectable time at 6.7 seconds too. In Battle 3 already. Racing through them tonight. And up in another Datsun, we have a Wendell representing this Burra 64. And he'll be taking on Thunder Mountain's own entry, Zara, Burra, in a completely stock car, mind you. Yes, you heard that right. A completely stock car, but let me tell you, I've seen a few videos that have been posted from Thunder Mountain Raceway, and this car is fast. being fast is one thing, it's question marks over whether it's going to hold this line with heavier cars pushing against it. Only time will tell, let's see. So Zara Burra away early, over the jump, lands it cleanly. She holds the lead, going through the kink. Wendell's got into the door, or Zara's blocking on the turn, she gets straight up, drives her off, and Wendell's tipped it on his side. Wendell's opened the doors, and Zara's brought it home for victory number 1. And look at her time. And it's a very good time, a 6.6 and half the lap was spent sideways. So Wendell lines up on the inside lane. He needs to win this in a good amount of time to have any chance to get into the winner's bracket. So he lands the jump all right. Zara does try to come around the outside, can't get it done. He gets a little squirrely there, Wendell. Sideways, and he's completely brought the two of them to a near-on stop. He does get it rounded up straight and kinks on going, but the time is going to be terrible and I can't see him advancing. Zara close behind, and she makes it through on a very respectable, as I said, 6.6 second lap. So in this battle, we have the second car in the NJ Drive Racing stable, and it's KJ. And he'll be racing against Cupcake from Roberto Racing. This is one of those times you look at the cars and it's hard to choose which one you want to win, but both spectacular, both beautiful looking cars. Let's see how fast they are. We got Cupcake on the inside lane and KJ will be taking the outside. They're off. Cupcake over the jump, lands it decent enough, but KJ's gone around the outside through the kink. Through the banking, gets the rear end sideways, holds it together, comes down the home straight, takes a victory without even Cupcake in sight. Cupcake might have done the wise thing and just turned it off, not to wreck the car, try to keep it all together. Oh, look at the time, 6.3 seconds. That's quick. Cupcake is going to need a miracle. Away again. Cupcake's rounded him up around the outside, through the kink, sideways, and they're both sideways coming out of the second kink. Cupcake down the main straight. Oh, look at that! KJ's put on his roof and spun it around in spectacular style, leaving the door wide open. Let's see the time. Oh, Cupcake's done it. Cupcake needed a miracle and she performed it and just pulled off one of those spectacular races that you hope to see here at the mountain. And unfortunately doesn't take the lap right there, but wow, spectacular action here from the Thunder from Down Under, Thunder Mountain Raceway. So next up we got Gnarly from Live Young Diecast. And he'll be taking on Bygone from Snow Valley Races. And while the boys are waiting at the top of the mountain, it's a good time to say thank you, Bygone, for supplying the timing equipment that you see here on the track. We very much appreciate it, but they won't make a lick of difference in the competition sector of this race. There's no favourites here. It's all every man for himself, and I'm sure he'll be out here to prove himself as well. They're away, Gnarly on the outside lane. Bygone pulling away over the jump. And he's got a good lead going in the turn 2. Through the kink, okay. Gnarly keeping close. Just gets a little bit squirrely. Bygone spun it around and don't know what he's done it. He's lined up the corner perfectly and rocketed out of it. Close finishing, dug Gnarly behind. And look at that time, 6.3 with the wild, I don't know what you would call it, drifting, spinning turn. Well done. So, lap 2. Swapping lanes, Bygone gone to the outside, Doug's on the inside lane. He's going to need a miracle with very fast time to get on through to the winner's bracket. See how they go. Oh, Doug's got a little bit gnarly over that jump and had a rough landing, flipped it on his roof. And that's handed victory to Bygone, but he hasn't let up. He's up on 2 wheels going down the back straight. And he's pushed through that last corner. He's going for the lap record. Oh, and he's just missed out. It's a slower time, actually. Slower than your first run, but boy, it was looking spectacular. So, as we head into our next race, we'd just like to thank everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe and comment below as well. So in this battle of the sixes, we have Roberto representing Monster Motorsport. He's going up against the Team DRT 3K Cookie Monster. And we got Roberto on the inside lane, sporting probably one of the prettiest looking cars on the grid. Very well presented. On the outside, we got Lambie, driven by Cookie Monster. Now this car has seen action on previous circuits, but it's only a drag track, so we want to see how it goes through the corners here. Big tall, oh, that dancing it there, he's just flipped over in the first bend and left the door for Roberto to slide sideways and backwards at walking pace to take out victory one. There we go, interesting. So all interested in seeing how Cookie Monster makes it through the first bank corners. Roberto, see if he can get a little bit of speed out of that thing. So he gave it a jump, goes over well. Roberto can't get round the outside. Lambie's made it through, two corners spun. Roberto's into the back of him. They head out the last kink. Cookie Monster's still in front of Roberto, and Cookie Monster's been smashed after flipping himself, and he snaps defeat from the jaws of victory, giving it to Roberto, and he's come home with a 6.8 in the end, with a lot faster than his first run. And next up, we have Badman Brooklyn driving for AJ Diecast. He'll be taking on Numskull, making his second appearance as a driver for Numskull Racing. Before we kick off the next race, I just got to say thank you to everyone that sent cars. All the gifts and stickers and all the extra bits you thrown in was awesome, but big shout out to Numskull. He sent us a track timer in kit form. I mean, it's awesome to receive, but we already have a working track timer, so we might do something with a giveaway. We'll talk more about that later, but now back to the racing. We've got Angry Man Brooklyn chasing down Numskull in the first round, and it's close all the way through there. Nose to tail, Numskull's backwards, and he's just easily got a victory there after Badman Brooklyn. A relatively high set vehicle, tipping it over in that last turn. 6.5. It was tight all the way down. So line up again. Badman Brooklyn on the inside lane. Numskull on the outside. Waiting for the starter's orders. Badman Brooklyn over the jump well. Numskull right up the rear end. Tries to go underneath through the kink. Can't get it done. And Angry Man, he spins it. No, he doesn't. He holds it. He comes down to a walking pace. Here comes Numskull, smashes him in the bumper. They cruise nose to tail across the finish line, but a very slow time. So that means Numskull will be going through on a 6.5 via his first run. But that with one car left, it's Harry the Hoon. He's driving in a car named the Donut Patrol, driving for Cupcake Racing. Now, due to the catastrophic failure of the Plays Diecast car, which had to be scratched from the event, meaning Harry the Hoon is the lucky recipient of a bye, essentially, or an easy run with no competitor beside him. But we're still going to send him down the track, see what sort of time he pulls up, and he's sliding here, drifting there, kicking it out, touching the wall. I don't know how fast it's going to be, but it's a pretty looking lap. 6.5, it isn't a bad time at all. Anyway, back up to the top for Donut Patrol and Harry the Hoon. See how he goes on this second lap. This way. It's on the outside lane. Should pick up a bit of speed through a turn 2. Through the kink. Very nice line through there. Over in the high line. Kisses the wall. High line coming out of the last corner. Through, over the finish line, and have a very good time at 6.288. That sends a message out. Watch out for Harry the Hoon. There we have it, folks. Group 2 wrapped up finally. Long video. Next up, we have the losers battling from Group 1, Group 2. Just to keep it a little bit more interesting, we're going to mix up the racing for that loser battle, so keep an eye out for that. But made this far, congratulations, thank you for watching, we'll catch you next time, be safe.